The rhythmic beeping of the slot machines, the dizzying kaleidoscope of flashing lights, the acrid scent of stale cigarettes and desperation. This was the intoxicating siren's call that lured my ex-wife, Jessica, into the unforgiving depths of gambling addiction, nearly destroying our family in the process.
Welcome to my channel, a place where I peel back the layers to expose life's harsh realities laid bare. If these raw and varnished stories strike a chord with you, I implore you to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Your support is the lifeblood that allows me to continue sharing these cautionary tales, in hopes that they may guide others through the turbulent waters of adversity.
Now, let me take you back to where it all began, to the seemingly idyllic life Jessica and I had built together. She was the mother of my two beautiful children, Sarah and Michael, the perceived pillars of our quintessential middle-class American dream. We were a family of modest means, sustained by my steady income and her part-time job at the local diner. But it was never about the money for Jessica. No, the gambling bug burrowed into her psyche like an insidious parasite, altering her neurochemistry, convincing her that the next spin, the next hand dealt, would be the one that set us free from the shackles of mediocrity. Looking back, I can see the signs I should have heeded, the furtive glances at her phone, the inexplicable dips in our bank account balance, the sudden emotional distance. But I chose to bury my head in the sand, desperate to cling to the illusion of familial bliss. That blissful ignorance came crashing down when I received a letter from the bank, informing me that our joint account was a staggering $10,000 in arrears. My stomach plummeted as I realized that the carefully curated $50,000 nest egg I had painstakingly saved over years of arduous labor had vanished into the ether of Jessica's addiction. I confronted her, my voice trembling with a potent cocktail of anger and fear, desperate for an explanation. But she was a master of deception, spinning an intricate web of lies to deflect culpability and paint herself as the tragic victim of circumstance. Against my better judgment, I was ensnared by her practiced manipulation, taking out a loan from that very same bank to keep our rapidly sinking ship afloat. Determined to strengthen our financial foundation, I made the agonizing decision to spend $35,000 of my hard-earned money to put Jessica through an accelerated nursing program. She flourished in her studies, buoyed by my unwavering support and belief that this ambitious endeavor would be our family's salvation. Those hopes were realized when she landed a coveted nursing position at the local hospital, earning an impressive $50 an hour. Finally, I foolishly thought, we had persevered through the tempest and emerged into clearer skies. How naive I was. The casino's siren song grew only louder in Jessica's mind, drowning out the rational voices of responsibility and maternal love. Mere months into her promising nursing career, she was caught red-handed, pocketing cash from the hospital's reserves to slake her ravenous gambling thirst. The consequences were swift and severe: termination and a permanent, indelible stain on her professional record. From that point on, Jessica became fundamentally unable to maintain any form of gainful employment, her addiction dictating her every waking moment. The lies and deception only multiplied, like a malignant cancer metastasizing through the core of our family. I would unearth secret credit cards opened in my name without consent, plunging us deeper into a seemingly bottomless chasm of debt that soon eclipsed $40,000. Jessica's desperation was palpable, her eyes sunken pools of anguish. But my pleading fell on deaf ears. She simply could not, or would not, accept the insidious reality of her gambling addiction. The emotional burden grew heavier with each passing day, compounded by the searing guilt I felt for facilitating her downward spiral through my blind devotion. But there comes a point when love must take a backseat to self-preservation. With a heavy heart, I knew there was only one path forward that could save the tattered remnants of my soul: divorce. We sold our family home, the place we had dreamed of raising our children and growing old together, just to stay one step ahead of the implacable debt collectors. My share of the sale proceeds allowed me to purchase a modest condo and a reliable vehicle to ferry the kids between the divergent worlds they now inhabited. But Jessica's cut, over $400,000, was predictably squandered within a matter of months, gambled away in pursuit of an illusory big score that would make everything right again. In the most unconscionable acts of desperation, she even turned to stealing from the ones she had sworn to nurture and protect, our own innocent children. Their meager savings accounts, lovingly cultivated over years of birthdays, holidays and allowances, were pillaged, leaving Sarah and Michael reeling from a primal betrayal. You see, most addictions bear telltale signs: the manic mood swings, the sunken eyes, the inexplicable hassles over dwindling finances. But gambling addiction is an insidious specter, creeping in unnoticed until it has already entangled its victim in a labyrinthine web of lies, debt and depleted self-worth. As I stood amid the smoldering rubble of the life I had once known, I realized this cautionary tale of devastation and loss needed to be shared with the world. For too long, we have stigmatized and marginalized those battling addiction, failing to recognize it for what it truly is: a disease, as pernicious and tenacious as any other. If you suspect someone you love is ensnared by the grip of a gambling compulsion, do not hesitate. Do not resign yourself to willful blindness. Intervene with empathy and resolve. Seek professional counseling. Lean on support networks, and band together to break the vicious cycle before it metastasizes into something malignant and irreversible. Remember, those afflicted with addiction deserve our compassion and love, not our uninformed judgment or scorn. The road to recovery is arduous, but resolutely walking it together is the only path forward. Addiction, be it gambling, substance abuse, or any other form, is a human condition stretching back to antiquity. But in our modern era, we possess the wisdom and resources to confront it head-on, to deprive it of the stigma and shame that allows it to proliferate in the shadows. As I have streamed forth from the deepest depths of despair to stand tall once more, I have been indelibly marked by the harsh truths of this experience. But I greet each new day as a blessing, a chance to share the insights I've wrested from the jaws of rock bottom.